Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
You could be driving
smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just two reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hello and welcome as we start another edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours at the end of last week. You know, the more of this I get, the more I realize how fortunate I am to have grown up a baby boomer. There are things transpiring in our country today that if you hearken back to yesteryear, growing up, watching certain things, listening to certain things, you gain a new appreciation for the truth and what you formulated as a kid early in life that now translates into how you view things as an adult. For example, the often quoted statesman, philosopher, academician, Gomer Pyle, surprise, surprise, surprise. When you heard that, you knew, despite his proclamation, that there was not going to be any surprise there. You knew it. And the more you watched the show, the more you realized every time he said, surprise, 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 what was unsaid was not. Enter Joe Biden and the White House. Since the last time we were with you, you are probably well aware that a baggie of cocaine was found in the White House. First, we were told it was near the White House. Then the story changed. changed. It was in another part of the White House. Then it changed again. And again, 4 different stories. So last week, the Secret Service came out and informed us, to use the vernacular of the streets. Well, you see, what had happened was, we can't figure out who it was. No fingerprints on the baggie, no DNA on the baggie, no visitor logs in the area where it was found, no video surveillance where it was found. The most secure building probably on planet Earth. Oh, and did I mention the Secret Service did not interview one person? So let me get this straight. There's no video surveillance, no visitor logs. The locker where visitors are supposed to take stuff out of their pockets, put it in a secure locker. The locker, number 50, the key, surprise, surprise, is missing. Now, I don't know about you, but since I have a little bit of an analytical mind, not the brightest bulb in the chandelier by any stretch of the imagination, but I did pay attention in class. I would think, okay, you didn't interview anybody, there's no video surveillance, there's no visitor logs, and where the cocaine was found, there are no cameras. Now, a thinking person would say, okay, if there's no video, whoever it was knew that. There's no camera here. So if I'm going to do it, this is where I ought to do it because there's no camera. Now, how many casual visitors to the White House do you think knew that? Oh, honey, the flights have been delayed for 6 hours. We're in D.C. What do you say we go and take a tour of the White House? Well, sure, why not? We're here. We got a little time. How many casual visitors to the most secure building on planet Earth would know where to go where there are no cameras? Meanwhile, last week, in closed-door hearings about this, we found out in recent memory, English teachers, here we go, in 3, 2, 1. This ain't the only time it's happened. Twice last year, unbeknownst to us, 2 separate occasions, marijuana found in the White House. Last year, first in July, then in September, marijuana found in the White House. And again, someplace where there were no cameras there. Now, as a thinking person, here I go with this common sense again. It would seem to me that the only people that would know where the cameras are not located would be one of two groups of people. Either the people who work there, or, wink, wink, the people who live there. I am not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, y'all. But I don't have to think very hard to figure this one out. Do you really think the average casual visitor to the White House would think, okay, I'm going to go in, I know I had this illegal substance, so I'm going to put on some gloves so there's no DNA, no fingerprints on the baggie. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. But they will tell you the adults are back in charge. They will tell you, we are so happy you elected us because now we can restore dignity and integrity to the White House. Didn't interview a single person. No video, no visitor logs, in the most secure place on the planet. Meanwhile, a whole lot of folks with prior experience working in the White House have all publicly come out now and said they know who it is. They know exactly who it is. And that's why they're trying to hush it up and cover it up. Can you imagine, and this is rhetorical, you don't have to answer. We all know the answer. Can you imagine had this happened while Donald Trump was president? Oh my God. CNN LOL, MSLSD, ABC, NBC, Marty's favorite, C, the BS, 24/7, y'all, all day, every day. Oh my God, there's druggies in the White House. You would never hear the end of this. But for the third time in a year, illegal, illicit drugs found in the White House, and they wrapped that puppy up in 2 weeks with no interviews, no video, no suspects. You know, there's an old saying in politics, you get the government you vote for. So all of y'all that swallowed that racism crap from the media about Donald Trump, this is what you get. Hopefully, the next time, you'll think for yourself instead of letting these clowns think for you. I'm not a betting man. I'm not putting money on it. But you can't blame an old guy for wishful thinking. When we come back, it's Tuesday, second segment. You know what that means, right? Oh yeah, time for another edition of Now That's Just Stoopid. This one has a Louisiana twist at that. That's next when we continue this edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
You could be driving driving a Honda.
Improved from the front grille to the tailgate and equipped to take you on the adventure of a lifetime, the ride is just different in this new Pilot seat. Come see the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot, now on sale at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements, and that's where Licerio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Licerio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Licerio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to this edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you are, by chance, new to the show station, the area, you may not be aware that we have made a commitment, second segment of every Tuesday show, to exposing the level of stupidity in this country and around the world. Now, stupid has become such a part of everyday life that if we were to only focus on STUPID, we'd be here all day. You know, just ordinary, everyday, garden variety stupid. What we're talking about here is an entirely different level. And as a result, we have coined a new word with its own spelling. STOOPID. As in, now that's just stupid. We start with a Louisiana twist. Oddly enough, ironically, we're going to end with a Louisiana twist as well, but I digress. James Carville, noted Democrat strategist, went on CNN LOL this week with Anderson Cooper. I guess that should tell you where this is going, right? James Carville and Anderson Cooper, it can't end up being anything other than stupid. He gets on with Anderson Cooper talking about Cornel West seeking the presidential nomination for the Green Party. You, I'm sure, have seen Cornel West. Older black gentleman, wears a big fro, goatee, and the like, uber liberal, hence going on Anderson Cooper 360. James Carville came out and said the following, quote, "He's obviously an accomplished scholar, an academic. He seems to be a very charming man. And he's also a menace, a threat to the continued constitutional order in the United States." What he's saying is Cornel West running for president, the nomination under the Green Party, would open the door for Donald Trump to be reelected. Because apparently, obviously, as we all know, black people only vote for either other black people or Democrats. So if this black guy runs for the nomination of a third party, then all these black people that would have voted Democrat are going to vote for this black guy, and Trump will win. Leave it to a loyal Democrat like this buffoon to put a cherry on a sugar honey iced tea sundae. Only a Democrat. As if it weren't ludicrous enough that we're going to destroy the Constitution if y'all go and vote for Cornel West. If that weren't bad enough, being the loyal Democrat that he is, he turned around and played the Russia collusion card. I quote, talking about Jill Stein, quote, Jill Stein, who's his campaign manager, is almost certainly an agent of the Russian government. I was always of the opinion that a black Russian was just a drink that you ordered at the bar. I guess I was wrong. I mean, it's not the first time I've been wrong, but really, James? You played the Russia card? Here's a thought. If your party had done a darn thing to help black people, you wouldn't be in the mess that you're in right now. But see, the problem, James Carville, is that black people have long memories. Why do you think it is, statistically, the number one group of people who did not want and did not get the COVID-19 shot, the number one group was black people? You know why? Because we got long memories. We remember the Tuskegee experiments, where the government used black men as guinea pigs for syphilis. We remember that. And we also remember, most black folks do, how good things were under Donald J. Trump. Yeah, y'all told us racist, 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 systemic, racist, racist, racist. But the joke in the black community was, man, that doggone Donald Trump, because of him, I don't even get to see my family anymore. And people would ask, well, what did that racist do? What did Trump do to where you can't see your family anymore? Well, the answer was, we all got jobs now. Had you done something, anything of note, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Democrats, had you done anything of note for black people instead of just pander to them, you wouldn't have to worry about Cornel West and people voting for him instead of Joe Biden. But then again, it is James Carville. And it's also stupid. But you already knew that. Finally, speaking of stupid and a Louisiana twist, this one, I wish I could say it caught me by surprise. But doing this segment every Tuesday and having followed politics current events, societal trends for the better part of 40 years, you've probably heard me say this before. Nothing surprises me anymore. It disappoints me, but it doesn't surprise me. Enter the small Louisiana town of Grand Coteau. Many of you have probably passed through it. Pretty scenic part of our state. But I'm a bayou boy, so, you know, cypress knees, water, that's as good as the scenery gets for me. But the police chief there was arrested recently and charged with distribution, dealing drugs, theft, obstruction of justice, and malfeasance in office. This all came about after the sheriff started getting calls on the Crime Stoppers line saying, it's something weird going on at this place that y'all might want to check out. So sure enough, they set up surveillance on this residence. In comes a female that is known, well known to law enforcement for drug dealing. And later on, the chief of police pulls up in his marked police unit. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. So they continue their surveillance. Eventually, they move in. And as is typically the case, under surveillance of this sort, you place people under arrest and you separate them so that you can interrogate this one, interrogate the other one, and they are not within earshot of one another, so they cannot concoct stories to jive between the two. They pulled the female to the side first. And from what I understand, it took her every bit of 6.97 seconds to roll over on the chief. You knew it wasn't going to take long. So after interviewing his female accomplice, they then go and talk to the police chief. And they inform the chief, the lady that we arrested with you that has a history with us, here's what she told us. What do you have to say about what she said? So, of course, at this point, the chief, I'm assuming, having been through enough interrogations, seen enough instances where when they got the goods on you, they got the goods, so you may as well go ahead and fess up. Don't make this thing any worse than it has to be. Chief comes out and says, yeah, y'all got me. I'm done. Where's the fork? Stick it in me. I'm done. The chief has now been arrested and charged. I have no idea how long it is going to take to adjudicate his case. But I'll tell you this. Sadly, it's probably going to be a very long time before the people of the good city of Grand Coteau are comfortable and trusting of law enforcement again. Just an observation. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some Louisiana news. Speaking of which, nothing surprises us anymore, just disappoints us. Now, if you've been thinking about in recent memory, because Clarence, I'm tired of you pestering me about it, so I've been thinking about it. calling my friend Lee Serio and getting your final arrangements taken care of. Last week, if you weren't with us, Lee came in and had this big old Cheshire-eating grin on his face and said, Clarence, I think I know how to get people more comfortable. What Lee and I are going to do on the 27th, we're going to sponsor your lunch with Lee. Lee Serio wants you to come on out to Old School Barbecue and let him treat you to lunch. 11 o'clock, you can watch the live taping of the show. And after that, in a relaxed setting, he will take all of your questions regarding what's involved with prepaid funeral plans. Listen, y'all, I get it. I understand. A lot of people aren't comfortable talking about end-of-life decisions. But in Louisiana, number one, we love food. Number two, you won't be sitting alone. There'll be other people here, and they probably have the same questions you have. It's a whole lot easier in that sort of setting. And on top of that, you don't have to clean up the house before Lee gets there. So come on out on the 27th, starting at 11. We'd love to have you sit in as part of the live audience for the show. And after that, get your questions answered and then get on the road to having the peace of mind that you and your family deserve, courtesy of our friend Lee Serio. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, Louisiana news. That's next on the Clarence Bugg Show. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Come see the all-new Mazda CX-90, now on sale at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to this edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. I mentioned early in the show how if you are fortunate enough to get some of this, hopefully wisdom will come with that. I mentioned how watching Gomer Pyle as a kid, it's ironic how some of the things he used to say and do are as relevant today, if not more so, than they were at the time. Another philosopher and statesman that comes to mind would be Richard Pryor. Remember the stand-up routine? Richard Pryor went to a federal pen to do some stand-up for the inmates, figuring, if there's anybody that could use some brevity, anybody that could benefit from some comedy, if there's anybody that needs something to reduce the stress in their life, it would be inmates. So after conducting the routine, he sat around and talked with some of the inmates. And he came away thinking, quote, "Thank God we got jails and prisons." That's what this story centers on, the number one story in Louisiana news. Lake Charles, Louisiana. 21-year-old Justin Malbrough, accused and convicted on felony charges including possessing a firearm by a convicted felon and burglary. So after being convicted, the judge told him, okay, well, you need to come back here on this date for your sentencing. We'll do a pre-sentence investigation, look at your background, find out what an appropriate sentence for this recent conviction would be. So they released him. Less than 24 hours later, he is arrested on a charge of second-degree murder. Now, I am, because of my occupation, fairly familiar with the Louisiana penal system and how the laws are applied. In Louisiana, second-degree murder is punishable by a mandatory, no question, life in prison, no probation, no pardon, no parole. Second degree, upon conviction, that's it, Hoss. It's over. You will spend the rest of your natural life incarcerated. No chance of probation, pardon, or parole. So I'm going to assume, and you know what they say about assuming, right? But I'm going to do it anyway. Upon conviction, this time, there will be no need to let him out and come back for sentencing. We already know, upon conviction, what the sentence will be. Less than 24 hours, y'all, after his conviction and before sentencing. You would think if there's anybody on the planet that would say, well, I need to be sure I don't get into trouble before my sentencing, you would think it'd be this guy. But no. Other Louisiana news. This one didn't shock me. It saddens me. Because this is yet another example of a self-inflicted wound for the state that I love. Last week, highway statistics were released for the entire United States of America. And I laugh, but I only do so to stop from crying. The number one city in the entire United States of America for people dying at the hands of a drunk driver is Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Marty said, woohoo, we're number one. More than 2 times the national average. Marty also said, we're number one, go Tigers. Y'all, let me make a suggestion. And I thought about it this morning on the way in to do the show, just watching y'all drive. You know how we can fix this? All you have to do to help us fix the problem of bad drivers in Louisiana, just do old people stuff. If you do old people stuff, we can fix the problem. For example, don't drink and drive. Be responsible. That's old people stuff. Obey the speed limit. Old people stuff. Use your freaking turn signal like old people do. Most of us, if we see your turn signal, oh, he needs to get over. Well, come on in, bro. Not a problem. I'll ease off the gas. I'm going to look behind me to be sure these clowns that have been tailgating me for the last 20 miles are further enough back to where I can let you in. Old people stuff. Make sure you're properly restrained. Old people stuff. Follow at the correct distance. So if something really crazy happens in front of you, you've got plenty of space to go around it on either side. Just do old people stuff, y'all. Richard Pryor told us many years ago, you don't get to be an old man being no fool. So do what old people do, and you'll be around a while. And we won't be at the top of the freaking list of the most dangerous places to drive in all of America. Just do old people stuff, y'all. It ain't that hard to figure out. Finally, there is something else you need to watch out for. In the midst of this ungodly heat, roads are buckling everywhere. For most of you, going from here to wherever, especially in Baton Rouge, for years now, you can ask anyone from Baton Rouge, how do I get to so-and-so? And it starts with, well, you get on the interstate and you get off at, okay? For most of you, getting on the interstate used to be this. Woohoo! We're just flying down the road. Don't have to worry about anything. There's no red lights. Don't have to worry about anything. There's plenty of open space. Well, nowadays, if you're not careful, at 70 miles an hour, you may realize, hey, why is the road sticking up this much further on the other side of what looks like a bump? You got to pay attention, y'all. You better, because if not, you're going to end up the lead story on the Clarence Bug Show. Just saying. Pay attention behind the wheel, y'all. You are the pilot of a 2,000+ pound guided missile. And if you are like so many of my fellow Baton Rouge drivers, you're tailgating, so you can't really see that there's a gap where the pavement has buckled about so high until you hit it. And once you hit it, now everybody else behind you is stuck dealing with it. Pay attention, y'all. I know it's an outdated statement, but it is as true as the day is long. By paying attention, the life you save, it just might be your own. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, I figured out very early in my career that, amongst other things, there's a pretty stark difference, a dividing line, for lack of a better phrase, that separates liberals from conservatives. Liberals / Democrats / progressives typically want to legislate other people due in large part to the fact that their own Democrat colleagues will not govern themselves. Conservatives, on the other hand, we're of the opinion, tell government to stay the hell out of my way, and I will govern myself. I'll make sure that I abide by the established laws of the land. I will protect me and mine. I will do what's in the best interest of this country. For example, this past weekend, from Friday to Sunday, 37 people were shot in highly gun-controlled Chicago. From Friday evening to Sunday afternoon, not the entire weekend, not the whole week, just Friday to Sunday, 37 people shot. Now, did I mention Chicago, like the entire state of Illinois, has a red flag gun law? They have an assault weapons ban. They have a ban on high-capacity magazines. They have a 72-hour waiting period for gun purchases. They have a licensing requirement for legal gun ownership, and a whole bunch of other gun laws. So in essence, this city that has more gun laws than Kellogg's has cornflakes, they want to preach gun control. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that since overwhelmingly it's your people, Democrats, who won't stop killing each other and anybody else they encounter that they disagree with, because your fellow Democrats won't act right, your solution is to penalize and punish the law-abiding citizens who aren't shooting anybody? Now, if you doubt for 1 second that over 99% of the people in Chicago this weekend that shot any one of these 37 people, if you have to think for any more than 2 seconds, I wonder what political party those people are a member of, then you're the problem. They will tell you, gun control, gun control, gun control. Well, how about you control your fellow Democrats? Then there won't be any need for gun control. Of course, now, that's the game they've been playing y'all with for God knows how long. It's just like Democrats, liberals, progressives want to save the planet with electric vehicles. Listen, y'all. If you think we have problems with roads buckling now, put a couple more million, tens of millions, of super heavy electric vehicles on the roads and watch what happens. Not to mention the fact that all across the country, every summer, we see rolling brownouts and blackouts. Major cities, whole parts of the country, because our infrastructure can't handle the load. So what is their solution? Well, let's get millions and millions and millions of vehicles we have to charge. Yeah, that's the ticket. And of course they tell you, well, you're saving the planet if you do that. Here's your homework. When you get time, look up the rare earth minerals that are required to make an electric vehicle and the batteries. You will find out that you are doing more to pollute the planet than just about anything else you could do. All you got to do is look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. Rare earth minerals. You are doing a whole lot more harm than good. But they know how to play you. Oh, I'm saving the planet. Oh, I'm doing my part. No, you're not. No, you're not. But if that makes you feel better, then go ahead, do your thing. But don't expect the rest of us to buy into your delusions. That, my friends, is just one of the many things that makes this country the greatest on the face of God's green earth. It also means, my fellow Americans, you got an obligation to fight, to make sure it stays intact. May not be convenient, but as we know, fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our own choosing. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, my time's up and I gotta go. But you already know the drill. Well, yeah, this day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know the good Lord loves you. You know I do too. Ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. God bless.